very expensive.
You think so?
They just bought out the Android 16 promo cards. I saw this go, like, be ready for that market watch on Monday, guys, because these prices are bonkers. These are the players are starting.
Let's go. Finals. Let's start it.
I am so hyped. It's like soccer, but not really. It's Dragon Ball.
So he plays the 1-drop Wheeze past his turn.
Yep. And so that's
We got Jared again.
He already played that. Such an awesome card. And
the best part about the Android 16 deck is when he attacks, he discards an Android and he gets 2 draws, and now he has dual color to combo.
Yep. And that card's gonna hurt him a little bit.
And Gohan takes that hit.
And he's ramping.
And he's ramping the 2-cost Android 16 that puts an extra energy in his energy zone. And here goes Higher Dragon, tossing out another energy. 2 energies for him.
That's true.
What is he gonna do? He's gonna have to swing, take a life,
right now,
draw.
If you guys don't know, robotic repost is already live. So if Jared starts swinging,
he'll negate.
He'll negate.
With the robotic Mecha Frieza.
Yep, because he has 2 extra cards in his energy. He could play repost for 1.
Pretty cool.
So we're gonna be seeing some pretty crazy stuff.
Jared takes that hit.
You already see the silver bullet of Whis. He can't reset energy even if he wanted to.
And there goes another one. Crazy he mains that deck. I mean, he mains those Whis from the starter deck.
I mean, they're good. I mean, I was maining Borgos in the Soul Striker deck. I'm like, I don't really
care. A lot of people that take advantage of energy manipulation are getting hit by people maining these type of cards, like Godly Destruction Whis.
Yep.
If his opponent ends up switching any energy to active mode without using his Awakening,
yep,
he'll pop an energy.
He's just going to swing. He has to, because if he does riposte, at least he's able to draw 2 cards.
Yeah. So just a 10K, going to the Son Gohan, nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
And the Android 16 can now awaken because they have a lot of lives. So Android 16 could just flip over and start adding additional pressure, which is probably what he's going to do. Oh.
4.
The Unison. Ooh, it's looking very, very good for Jared.
Yep.
Okay. So if he restands an energy,
yep,
with the Majin Buu, will he have with the Whis trigger and pop?
I think it says right here, when you play this card, draw 1 card. When your opponent switches their energy to active using a non-awakening skill during their turn, choose up to one of your opponent's energy and place it in the owner's.
Yeah, since Majin Buu.
So he has to do it. I think because it's at the end of, but it's a permanent.
There you go. He awakened. He took lives, dropped himself down to 5.
Oh,
he's doing the combo. He's going to use 1 energy, Arrival. Now he has another card. He's going to switch, get an extra energy. Now Icarus has to combo out of this attack. This is going to be... Oh, he gets that combo Higher Dragon, gets that additional boost.
Yep.
Now
he's just pressuring.
Now, yeah, he's just adding pressure. Another swing. He combos out. And he passes turn. Oh, Majin Buu is at the start of your opponent's main phase.
Yeah, so it gets over.
So it gets over it. Very
That's
true.
right.
I thought it was at the end, but it's the start of the opponent's main phase. So the Whis isn't really doing anything.
That is true. So right now he's awakened. So he was double checking. He's like, oh, at my main phase.
Yeah, it's the main phase.
It makes you question it.
It's the main phase.
Makes you wonder. You're like, huh, okay.
That
kind of gets over it.
Yeah, it does get over it completely. So the Whis are pretty much useless against Jared. I mean, he won't be able to use Senzu Bean to survive, but I don't think Higher Dragon has much to pressure.
There you go. He gets to draw a card when he plays a Higher Dragon.
Yeah, he brought out his Higher Dragon. He gets an additional draw plus a 10K body.
It's going to be pretty wild. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
He's trying to get rid of the Unison, but he's getting that blocker coming in. And he's probably not going to combo. Or maybe he'll combo the Higher Dragon and get an additional draw, you know? Let's see what he ends up doing. Yep, there goes the combo of the Higher Dragon, gets that additional draw.
Yep.
He just drew into this
amazing card right now.
Secret rare pan. And he gets that additional combo.
Oh, he's trying to keep it alive.
Man, this guy's deck is insane. He don't even have to use much.
Hand. He doesn't use his hand.
He doesn't have to use his hand to combo, and he gets a 10K combo, and he could just bring things from his energy onto the field by arrivaling.
Choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost 4 or less and KO it. Now he could proc his ability and reset energy when he needs to if he does Senzu Bean. He
Yeah.
has no more weeks to worry
He
about.
has no more Whis.
Turles.
Turles pops 2 cards in rest mode.
Blows up any. Yep. He targets 2 cards in rest mode and KOs it.
Who is he gonna kill? Well, the only ones that are in rest mode, right?
Yeah.
So he pops both of those Android 16s.
What is he doing? Is he? Oh, are they buried? No, they're not buried.
No, they're not barrier. Oh, it looked like he only popped 1, and he drew, and now he's comboing. And he placed it right under his deck with the Majin Buu ability.
Gotcha. Oh man.
Or no, he didn't combo it. It's still there.
I wasn't sure. I don't know. I didn't see if the card was buried.
It looks like he probably did the Majin Buu ability to place it under the deck.
Gotcha.
So
Swinging.
Jared has a good amount of energy. He's going to switch the Unison to rest mode. He gets that additional draw.
Yeah.
That's a 15K. And he gets to play
now
Poutine.
Anything that gets played, that's a rival. He's
rested.
So
That's
he needs
gonna
to
help.
play smart. He needs to play it with. He has to play around that because if he's trying to bring out blockers, he can't just bring them right away. He's gonna be resting them if he does.
Yeah, so now Jared's kind of has to play around that Poutine, the Dark Sorcerer, because if he arrivals, it's going straight to rest mode, the first card coming out.
Yep.
And Jared's in a good position.
There you go. Repose. So good.
Robotic Repose.
Anytime they attack, you have to put one of your cards to rest.
So he switched his leader to rest mode, it looks like, and he's comboing.
And
He's going to arrival from his hand this time.
another Android, and he's
goes to rest mode because of the Poutine, right?
yep. He's making sure these attacks go through.
I mean, 25K pokes is going to be extremely valuable for Jared every single turn.
He's just going in, dude.
Yeah, he's going in aggro.
This is very
He's
different
gonna
from the last
rival
time he
another
played.
one.
Look at
Yeah.
how many androids he has.
It's because last time he had no hand. This
That's
time
true.
Jared has a hand. So we're gonna see him at his prime. How many Android 16 does he have on board? Gosh darn, he brought out a
There's
dual
so many.
attacker.
There's so many, I can't tell.
I wonder if Android 16 is his favorite.
Okay, he's attacking.
And he got the perfect card in his energy, the Android 21.
Oh man, this guy just went in.
He went in with so many Android
There's so
16s.
many Android 16s, man.
Imagine so many and then they all blow up. Because like in the anime, he blows himself up, right? That's his like special move. It's gonna nuke everything, man. So, Higher Dragon is surviving, but he just lost a super combo, man.
And he had to use it.
And his hand is getting low, and the point of the Higher Dragon deck is to out-resource his opponent. But right now, it's not. Oh, Zamasu coming out for 1 energy by sending that 5-cost green,
16.
blue Android 16
What
to
is
the
he gonna
drop.
put to rest? Zamasu is such a great card.
That card's
When
gonna
he
start taking
swings-
damage. That card. As soon as that card's on field, I think the game is gonna change, and
Yeah,
he
it
could still
pressures.
restand his energy during his opponent's
he's
main
putting-
phase.
Okay. Man,
That guy's a dual attacker, man,
He's putting everything to rest mode.
and he's
Oh,
tapped
wow.
out.
Oh, he's tapped
Andrew's at 3 lives now, and he's tapped out. But he still could attack with Zamasu and rest something,
Oh wait, that's in rest mode. What is he putting to rest mode?
because he robotic him. Remember?
Yeah.
So,
he's swinging.
so
again
he's
with the other
swinging
card.
and he
Got it.
switched his Android 16 to rest mode, and now he discards a card and he blocks that attack with the token. So he restands all his blockers.
Oh my goodness.
You need to nuke the field. You got to get rid of those Android 16s. He has so many, and he restands an energy during his opponent's main.
That's pretty nice.
Wow, the Andrew is at 3 lives, and his hand isn't looking the best. Well, actually, Higher Dragon has a decent hand size, but the fact that he has so many blockers,
I don't know how he's gonna get through.
and he could still
really don't know how
Sensu
he's
Bean because he restands the blocker.
go.
He has a wow. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers, and he has an energy active.
Yeah, this guy's.
He needs some sort of board removal.
I don't think.
Mass Saiyan ain't gonna do much. He can only remove one of those guys if he overwhelms, and that's usually what the Higher Dragon does for removal. It's Mass Saiyan. So he's attacking the Unison. He's gonna go ahead and
He's
protect
like, I'm
it.
a block.
You want to protect that unison. Look, he draws.
Man just has a field of Android 16.
He draws, but then he's
God.
probably gonna. You think he'll keep it alive with the
I mean,
special ability?
He'll probably arrival for another one. I wouldn't doubt it.
Wow, if he brings out one more, he has the entire placement on field. And it dies. He's like, all right, Android 16 did his job.
I mean, yeah.
It could go ahead and die. I mean, Higher Dragon still has a pretty healthy hand, but Jared does too. And Jared has 5 lives. Oh, he brought out another Turles that kills something in rest mode, but he bounced it right back with the counterplay. Another attack.
No, he's blocking.
That's why he's blocking it, though. He don't want anything to come in.
That's his Trunks God Sealing technique. Any card that's not deflect gets bounced back to your hand.
Yeah, the SS Trunks God Sealing technique is a beautiful card in this Android 16 deck. This is the finals. This is the final round, guys.
We'll take it.
I mean, Mecha Frieza, what can Mecha Frieza do?
I mean,
15k block? Oh, he's actually attacking the blocker. I
he
mean,
needs to get rid of it because if he does that, he's able to overwhelm and get rid of another battle card on field.
yeah. Android 16 still hasn't used his combo from the drop area, so he could go ahead and do that and just chill.
And he's gonna
Maybe
do it.
he'll rival something else. He's gonna use the Android 16 combo, keep it alive, and
He's gonna
no
rival.
way.
He has another
He
one.
brought out a playset of Android 16s on Andrew.
That's
Wow. That's what happens when Android 16 has a hand. Because against Cell Search, he had no hand, and he still did it. Now we have Android 16 over here doing it with a hand, and this is what you get. You get a board of Android 16s. You get a Zamasu.
You just have a crazy board.
I don't think Andrew has much outs. Like I said, the only thing he has is Mass Same, but is that really going to remove anything?
Do you think Jared's gonna win again?
Yeah.
5 life again.
I think he's going to win at 5. Like, usually who's... Like, look at that board presence, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different cards that could attack next turn. And one of them is a dual attack. So that's 8 attacks, potentially, unless he has, like, Flying
There we
Nimbus.
go. He's gonna have to overwhelm one of them.
He overwhelms
Yep.
the dual attacker, which makes sense, and he's attacking another one. So he's actually getting rid of him, which is good. And he's gonna block that.
blocking. Okay. He's like,
Oh, he blocks, and then he minuses. And he lost the marker.
I think he's just waiting for a big play. So if Andrew decides to do a
Bring
bigger-
something else out, he'll
can
probably
just
bottom
bottom
deck
deck
it. Yeah.
yeah.
But he didn't have it much. Like I said,
There
yellow
we go.
doesn't really have much removal unless it's in rest mode. And then Jared's just able to bounce it back with Heroic Prospect. I mean, with
God Sealing
God
technique.
Sealing Technique.
There
Yeah.
we go. He's gonna discard a
There's a
card.
Masu who's gonna,
Propose.
yeah, but he's still got to discard a card, and he has all those Android 16s that are gonna restand anyways. You know what I
Holy
mean?
cow. There you go. His Bergamo. It ain't coming in clutch.
Oh, Bergamo, the one up, he had to discard it.
It's rough.
Now it's a double striker.
Repose. Unisons get over repose,
Andrew
which is
looks
really
like-
nice.
Jared is doing beast moves, man.
I mean, he's just going in, man. That's the most.
He
can
didn't get
do.
touched last game against Jordan.
I mean, he sat at 5.
He sat at 5 the entire
both
game.
games.
Yeah. Andrew has to take at least some sort of like crazy move to remove.
I mean, it just looks.
You can't remove Zamasu no matter what. I don't think Yellow has anything to
I'm
remove
just
that.
looking at Jared right now, and Jared looks very calm.
He's chilling.
He's looking at body language. I see Dovale a little.
Oh,
Oh,
he brought out
Plays
the
it for free.
secret rare pan.
holy cow!
That card stops battle cards from attacking. So that means
There we go.
he's
Pan,
pretty much done, but
time
the
control
attack's still
made it.
going through. So he's gonna go ahead and combo most
gonna
likely.
have
He's
to.
thinking of comboing.
I
Does he
mean,
want a combo?
Can he pressure enough where he could combo and bring out Android 21?
It looks like
Are we gonna see an Android 21 crit him down to 2
I don't
and
know.
make that double strike go through?
I don't know if he wants to. He's thinking he's gonna go ahead and
He's gonna do it.
combo.
I think
He
he's gonna
goes
push it.
30k double strike for just like that.
30k. Not only that, is he going to play the 7 drop?
He's gonna arrival.
3, 4,
And he's going to arrival and bring out an Android 21.
And he's
goes to rest mode.
Not only
But
that.
the Android 21 comes out.
Yep.
Does he have it in deck?
Yes,
there
he
it is.
does.
Crit a life, pops something. Pops the secret rare. And he crits a life. Wow.
Now he's at 4.
He adds it to hand and then he gets to play it. Jared's actually doing the sequencing. He's doing this.
Give him some response.
Okay. So he plays it. He pops an energy. He crits a life and he pops a secret.
There goes his life.
Wow. Beautiful plays by Jared. I am seeing this Andrew 16 deck and I'm like, oh. It's crazy.
What is he going to do, man?
He still gets to restand an energy with his unison at the end of the turn.
The attack is still going through with the
and he's still going in 30k double
He's
strike
like,
after all of that.
Is he gonna do it?
Yeah, Andrew.
Oh man.
And a super combo. You know what? Let's make it 40k double strike. Why not? I don't think the final flash hits unisons, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So
It only says battle cards from what I
Okay.
think it says.
So that card is able to rest the power of a Super Saiyan, rest the
Yeah.
Android 21,
He's
and
like,
he
"I'm
gets
just
that
doing it."
draw.
He does.
And
he's
there
doing it.
goes the final flash, like I called it, but it's not going to be enough. So that's
Well, he's
30k,
at
40k, 45. Ooh,
That's- there goes his
Andrew's
entire
hand is donezo. He can still poke at him with the 16s, and his hand is super donezo. Imagine he has an overround Bardock to come in there
There you go.
and
got
finish
rid
the
of
job.
post.
But I don't
Holy cow.
think he does.
I mean, he has 3 blockers.
He still
Another
has-
unison blocker.
he has 3
and bottom
blockers.
decking with this man has a field.
Oh, he was supposed to rest something, but then it goes back to active at the end of the turn because robotic doesn't really touch Jared.
And
'cause-
look at Duvall's hand. He is in a tough
Yeah,
spot.
he comboed everything out to survive. He doesn't have much cards in the overrealm. He knows he's probably gonna get like whatever he brings out is gonna get bounced back because his unison still technically has 2 markers on it. So if he has the God Sealing Technique, he can bounce something back. Yeah. And how many cards does Andrew have? 3 cards. Jared has 5 lives. He restands his energy. He has blocker. He has 4 blockers.
He's paying.
And
Oh,
yeah,
he
Andrew
scooped.
scooped. Ooh, is he gonna 2-0? That's it, guys. That was
I
an
don't know.
easy wrap for Jared. Didn't even get touched one time.
That's
Technically,
insane, dude. I mean, what could he do?
nothing. He got aggroed.
By Android 16.
Android 16 is gonna look like it's gonna be the winner, guys. It's gonna be the winner.
It's pretty nuts.
First blood right there. First knockout.
I mean, game 1 goes. Is this going to be a swift 2-0?
I think so.
I don't know. Let us know in the chat, guys. What do you think's going to win? They don't have no time.
Yeah.
It's just whoever does it. I mean, I don't know what Jared would side. What is Jared going to side? I don't know.
I mean, Andrew was in a weird predicament, but we're gonna have other people commentate the other round, guys.
Next game.
Next round, next game, I mean, and let's see who ends up taking it. If you guys
Sideboard out.
are enjoying these battles, make sure to support Dragon Ball Super Card Game as much as you guys can. And with that new gift collection coming out, definitely give it to your friends that love Dragon Ball. I guarantee they're gonna love it. All right, guys. We'll see you guys out.
All right, guys, and of course, thank you so much to the super players for holding down game 1 of this finals, giving you guys that clean commentary on this explosive first game.
For sure, for sure. Jared being really aggressive, something we haven't really seen. It's been, kind of the slow build up in retro. But I think he should definitely know this matchup. He knows what his outs are and what his opponent's outs are, which are really important. So we'll have to see how this goes. But definitely feeling undefeated. Oh, that's the Hatch Seeker. You make sure that's in the
Make
deck.
sure that's there.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I totally agree. And like, I was kind of questioning at first when he rivaled, and then he rivaled, and then he rivaled, and then he rivaled, and I wasn't totally understanding why. But then it made me, of course, you know, Icarus does have a hard time with wide boards.
Yeah, sure
so
does.
if you can make it so that he's like Andrew is in a tough position where he can't, like now he's stuck in between a rock and a hard place because he wants to try and push for game. But at the same time, he's got like 7 battle cards staring him down.
Yeah,
So
for
what's
sure.
he supposed to do?
And the thing is that, you know, one of their options to remove cards is, you know, the Mass Sand, but these are chunky boys too, right? They're not just a bunch of 3, 2, and 1 drops. They're 4 drops, 5 drops, 6 drops. So you can't get rid of more than 1 or 2 with one of those overarms.
Yep, exactly. Just like C-Rod said, the Mass Saiyan ain't gonna do nothing.
No, that's right. All right.
All right, but I will say being on the play here definitely makes a difference. Andrew Duvall here being able to accrue the advantage, and I think this is a game where who's the first one who can establish board?
For sure.
Who's the one who can make a presence and have to make the other one deal with it?
For sure. And, you know, charging 2 extra cards, so those Mecha Freezers are now their 1 cost, cost, and that's going to help out a lot of the gates for that. But just really back and forth quickly between these players. They know the couple first turns, and neither really committing anything to board either.
Yeah, pretty much turn 1, turn 2 is all the setup turns. Andrew Duvall swiftly getting himself down to 6, as well as Jared here going to a smooth 7, getting that cycle going.
And normally for turn 2 for Jared, he does like to do the ramp, and it's going to be interesting if there's anything in Andrew's list to prevent that ramp or to do that. I know Yellow does have a couple options for that, but they're usually costly and not very often, used.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, the beauty of being a matchup that no one expected, odds are you have very few sideboard cards. I think the only overlap might be the hand destruction stuff, but outside of that, there's a lot that Jared is doing with this list that's going to be very annoying and, like you said, tough to deal with because they're very specific answers, of which I don't think Andrew Duvall is actually citing.
But down to 4 already, getting a huge fan of cards there, getting the extra card with the Hydrate. Love that alt art. I guess it's new art for that vanilla. I think it's really cute.
I always get confused when I see it.
Yeah.
I see it, I'm like, what is that card? Why does it have so much like foil brown? And
Yeah,
then it's like,
exactly.
oh, because from a distance, it almost looks like a gold card.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very pretty. And I do like the, full art vanillas are really, really nice.
Yeah, they're very, very clean. So no turn 2 ramp.
No, this Higher Dragon's the first card to be played. Like, battle card to be played in this match.
Interesting. I mean, at the end of the day, I think this is one of those matchups that Jared can afford to not have a turn 3 hit Majin Buu. But this is definitely going to slow down the tempo.
Very slow.
All right, now you can see where turn 3 and onwards is really where the gears are running in the players' heads. This is where the key plays really start coming in. You know, you start seeing on Jared's side, you're going to start seeing haymakers like the Unison come down. This is when you're going to start seeing arrivals come in. And on Andrew Duvall's side is when you're going to see him start to apply pressure.
For sure. And these are like the really small thoughts because this Higher Dragon swing in, it can do damage. But if he's thinking Jared's going to awaken anyways, he gets down to that 5 life anyways. And all you really gained was having that Higher Dragon in rest mode now, which is really important because you want to be able to combo that for the extra cycle.
All right, Jared going down to 5, and here giving Andrew Duvall the opportunity to go into Turtles, getting the draw, and then swing in for double strike.
But we do have the Android 18 there to make him discard 1 of 15 cards in hand or so.
Or so.
Yeah, lots of choices. Unfortunately, bottom decks, so that Deborah that's also in Andrew's hand does not get any play. And then looks like, a rivaling that Android 16 as well.
All right, and the option that he will pick on the crossarm 16.
Yeah, so he sees that 1 energy open, and I want to know like just how many Deborahs he's seen all game, and also the Gohan too.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
All right, getting the awaken, getting the arrival.
Yeah.
Utilizing that combo step on both sides.
Yeah. And so that's just what we're talking about. You see, he's already down to 5 life, which is going to happen.
Yep. Fastball, Android 16 hitting down the board.
Playing the Kai.
I do like the Kai here. Andrew Duvall is definitely, Icarus is definitely a strategy that's looking to play on the opponent's turn. So here punishing that, preventing any pluses they might get.
And does that, even if you play like a Mecha Frieza, does it also proc?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Non-keyword skills.
Non-keyword skills.
Non-keyword skills.
Okay.
Nope. Nope. I guess I make a Frieza does count because
Okay,
there goes
cool.
the bottom.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just anything with that. Because I know specifically Black Mass Sand is.
Oh, that's why I'm thinking of Black
yeah.
Mass Sand for the keyword.
But obviously, this card is not used as much. More of a rare card. But Jared's has a really good sideboard, too. He has a lot of interesting picks that really panned out for him.
Tell me if you've ever seen this card before.
Yes. Right, and Zamasu.
The early Zamasu is going to put in so much work.
Yeah, and so like the only way you can really get rid of this, if you really wanted to, is to use like a Final Flash to get rid of the Indestructible and attack over it. That's still just a chunky way to get rid of that guy.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you've effectively done 2 to 3 turns of Zamasu, and like that's really not that bad.
He cycles with it, but
that's
guess what?
that's true.
You gotta-
Playing a battle card
Is not once
is
per
not
turn.
once per turn.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow! So this here right now, this Kai has cost Andrew 2 cards.
Yeah.
And then the Zamasu swing, so 3 cards here. So if we're talking about a game of grind and advantage, this is definitely a huge boon for Jared right now.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Is it BL3 or BL5?
3.
Okay, cool.
And so pass is over there. Does the so the Kai does hit the token too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
It's just if something gets played on your side during my turn.
that is an old card. That's like BT5, right?
That's like forever ago,
We've
man.
had like 10 main sets, not including
Yep.
non-main sets since that card came out.
Yeah, my brother used to exclusively play the original SS3. Had like 4 of these in his deck.
Yeah, it just says auto during your turn when your opponent plays a battle card. Your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and places it bottom deck. Not once per turn. No protection, but dang, that's put a lot of work in.
It is super solid.
Yeah.
What a swift push this game. A lot of movement here, a lot of parts moving, but these players playing incredibly quickly.
Yeah. Really choosing the. I don't know. I want to get rid of that.
I was about to say, you almost picked the Kai.
Yeah. Even if I lose, I want to get that out. That's. It's about sending a message.
Yeah, and there's a super common. That's the beauty about having the Android 18 in there. It's a 10K versus the 5Ks, which most of the Android 16s are.
I think the biggest thing about the the free combo is that you have to time it exactly right. If you do a little bit too early, you could be at the wrong time. But also, if you do it too late, or you might not even have a chance. You don't know when your opponent's last swing is going to be. Your opponent gets to know that. So you could be holding on to it for the right thing for the entire turn, and then just miss the proc completely.
Yeah, because the free combo represents not only defense.
Yeah.
You're not only trying to prevent yourself from taking damage, but it represents an opportunity cost of being able to play a card.
Yeah.
So just like saying, it's all about timing it to make sure you actually don't miss the opportunity to be able to play your cards. Because just like what Icarus is trying to do, your opponent's turn is an ability for you to extend your board and then apply pressure on yours.
For sure. And just obviously there's a lot of blue-green cards that you can combo for free, but just the fact that you do have now a blue and a green card in your combo area is just great for all these arrival plays. You never have to worry about needing those cards or having those cards.
Absolutely. Charles again?
Another Turtles.
All right, this time opting to say bye-bye to Cross Arm 16.
And then another swing in.
Beefy double strike, super
Another
combo out of
super combo.
it. Must be nice. Oh, we do see the hatch in hand. So at any point in time, aside from a cooler coming in to say no, Jared will have the opportunity to say, I think I want an extra turn.
And that didn't really come in with this match with Markle earlier, just because he had no hand, so never had to hold on to it. But for a match like this, where you're grinding and your opponent still needs to get into those battle steps, it's huge.
Absolutely. And here we go, the arrival of the fastball 16 and then the passing of the turn. All right, charging a 45 fadeaway 16. And here we go, Majin Buu. A turn later than we've seen Jared play, I think, the entire tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know if he hasn't gotten this thing down on turn 3 the entire time we've had him on.
And he's only just missed the ramp, and who knows if that's just a choice not to hit ramp or just not seeing the card.
Opting to instead go for some arrival plays on turn 2 instead. There we go. So Andrew Duvall alleviating some of the issues that he's been having with this hand destruction.
Yeah.
But Kai saying, yeah, you're going to get a card, but it's going to cost you a card.
I mean, 1 energy to draw 1 card is fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to have to pitch anyways. It's nice incidental value, though. I'm not going to
for
lie.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty gross.
I mean, you're still playing things, right?
Yep. All right, power of the Super Saiyan, preventing the swing from the Boo. There's so much going on both these boards.
It is. It is a whole mess. Swing with the Android 16.
We do see Sensu Bean in Jared's hands here, which is definitely going to help the 5Ks, 15K swings, a lot of them on board. Andrew's not in a position where he's going to want to combo up to try and deal damage. So it could kind of serve as a pseudo hatch in terms of at least staving off a good chunk of the attacks that Jared has coming his way.
Yeah, and I'm trying to really think, what is the weakness of this deck? It's gone over hand destruction, right? It's gone over aggressive decks and mid-range decks. And like when you get this setup, he's got 2 blockers out. He's got an extra pop with the Majin Buu. He's got 5 whole life still. Like I don't see a clear-cut way to get through this for anything. It's very tough.
Turn 2, turn 3 aggro decks can definitely get there. I mean, Goji's Xeno, while it is a battle card oriented strategy, is one that can give the deck trouble because if Jared doesn't see the right arrivals on turns 2 and 3 to deal with double strike swings over and over and over again, that can definitely give him trouble. Additionally, combo decks, because then you're forced to play kind of mid-range strategy. So like things like Invoker could be like interesting because you have a non-interactive game plan, so Gogeta ramp, like it was one example. Anything that's trying to not interact, but also is really good at playing the control game.
Yeah, and something that I see that some people put into higher dragons are the 17, 18 5-drop.
Yep.
Especially since you get the vanilla onto your board for free anyways, you can do a lot of damage with that, and it can be really good. Yeah, making sure to get rid of
There you go.
those 2 problems.
That's about time that Kai said, bye-bye.
Yeah.
You've ripped enough cards out of my hand.
Swing into the unison, so might as well pop something, probably the Mega Freeze.
Post?
Oh, did he already use the -1? He must have already used the
He
-1.
must have, yeah. All right, here we go, and we do indeed have 5 cards down, so it's going to be a beefy 19K swing.
There's 3 super combos in that hand of Andrews and a pan. A lot of gas.
Though we can't forget, Jared does have the tech that if he needs a board wipe,
He sure does.
he can
have
tutor
tech.
one out of his deck.
Yeah, he sure can. Yeah, why would you not run that at 1? Just in case.
Just in case, because like Icarus can get in a position where the board's really wide.
Yeah, for
So how about we blow it up?
And where does it send the cards? The bottom deck?
Yeah. In whatever order that Jared wants, so he can position them in a way that he knows that Andrew's never going to be able to draw them again.
Yeah, and so if he's only got the 1 higher dragon, too, that can also get that away. Because putting in the drop doesn't do as much, but yeah.
Yep. All right, Andrew in a position where he says, okay, I've seen enough, and passes it over to Jared. So 3 life versus 5. And hand pretty at parity. Jared has done it in an excellent way of not only destroying his hand, but having incidental ways to force cards out of Andrew.
Yeah, so I think the one weakness of Jared is you have a lot of resources, but you don't have a lot of cycle.
Yep.
I think if you have your parts, which I think he does, you're good, but you also don't have a Boo Unison, which is really, really nice to have. And another Mecha Freeze.
Yep, and there we go. Andrew Duvall relying heavily. Oh, very, very nice setup here from Andrew, being able to not only prevent Jared from playing out his turn, but additionally being able to draw 2 cards.
Yeah, for sure. Now, if Jared wants to get into the combo slip again, he's going to have to rest an energy or play something. So.
Yeah, and at that point, the energy is better used on just the opponent's turn at this point.
There's super combo number 4.
Yep.
Feeling good.
Andrew,
Cooler in hand too. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so good.
That's huge.
I think Andrew doing a phenomenal job here of balancing out board presence, tempo, forcing this game to go later with less value than Jared would probably like. Like
now,
we saw, Jared's.
Is Andrew playing Fu? Shroud of Mystery?
Oh, we'll find out in a second.
That was a
But
real
I would imagine. I don't imagine.
He's thinking.
Yeah, but
Taking the 1.
versus the board that we saw game one, this is a completely different game.
Oh, for
you know,
sure.
Andrew doing a phenomenal job of mitigating what Jared was trying to do by establishing the board and just making sure to keep everything under control.
Yeah, it looks like he did get a Boo Unison, which is super duper handy. But using the leader effect to get the 10k combo. And I could see him also doing an arrival from energy if needed.
Looks like he's deciding from hand potentially.
He's thinking about it.
Paying the 2, and then here comes cross arm 16.
And if you got a bean, okay.
Yeah, well, you rip a card, and instead you're just gonna replace it.
How much of those, those trips do you think are in his hand?
Another
in his
one.
deck?
I mean, a lot, I guess. I mean, he was ready for the matchup.
There's a
Well,
higher
not this
dragon.
matchup, but
Interesting. But I guess you get to play a higher dragon for free because he didn't have one in draw.
$20K blocker revenge. I think they're gonna do an amazing amount of work in terms of preventing these, annoying 15Ks from getting in.
Yeah. A lot of gas in hand.
A lot of gas. Andrew Dovale is phenomenal at being able to craft a hand, keeping his hand total high. And we've been saying throughout the entire tournament, the more options you have available to yourself, the more your skill lends to it. And if Andrew here is able to keep up his advantage, he can definitely fabricate a line here that's going to take him to the W.
I was thinking on a block or a negate. Both of those are revenge blockers, right? So
Yes, sir.
you do want those to stop attacks from battle cards, but that is a big old leader. Also, the negate would, represent the prevention for getting the extra draw from Higher Dragon too.
Double strike Kai as the draw for Andrew. Could come in clutch here.
Now he can use Final Flash to remove blocker from one of those androids as well.
He could. I mean, that means one more card would get through. He's also playing yellow. There's a number of ways to actually rest them depending on his draws. So
Sure. It looks like maybe got an Android 18 super combo. Hard to tell.
yeah, it's just a little risky swinging in with something that's not a 20K. Because nothing feels worse than letting a revenge blocker survive.
Yeah.
And then you have to commit more stuff to try and kill it, which will then, like, if it's a battle card, it'll just kill it. All right, 3rd time's the charm. This dice will stay at 3,
Yes, there you go.
and now the Bazil will be going in.
And so this is where I think he is going to do the Final Flash to
All right.
so super combo.
But secures the kill, right?
Sure, for both.
And
Because Final
then,
Flash would secure just the kill on the android and keep her base alive.
That is-
if you remove the revenge.
no, because revenge already procced.
It's already proc. That's right.
Yep.
That's right. That's right.
Yep, so you're just confirming the kill, getting rid of both. Maybe cycling too. A couple of cards. The beauty about these super combos is the fact that you clean up your hand.
Yeah.
Free pan, pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and take that.
Yep. Please.
Dual attack's pretty good.
Dual attack is very, very good. And I think that's one of the first times we've seen that happen. It's been a play for a lot of people for this, but
Yeah, I mean, Pan's everywhere this tournament. And I'm sure throughout the entirety of the haul, lots of times has she been stealing battle cards, but I think this is the first time on stream.
yep, for sure. Which is, being able to steal cards in person is and don't take that out of context. Being able to use the effects to take the cards and then give them back to your opponent at the end of the match like a good player is really, really nice.
Yeah, but now here Jared's in a tough spot, sitting at 2 life versus Andrew Duvall's 3, and Andrew having a lot of pressure to be able to push onwards. Jared tapped out. He does have the hatch, but he probably knows.
Yeah,
There's 5 energy up,
yeah,
but
that
this
is a scary amount.
I don't know if I trust this hatch getting through. But that's the skill of these players, right? The patience. He knows it's a threat.
Yeah.
Nope, and just calling it, saying, forget it, you know what?
And we're going into the final match of the day.
Woo! Both of these players, I would expect nothing less than the both of them saying, we are taking this to a game 3, showing it off to the very end for this finals. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Jared just looked up at Andrew. He's like, so you got the cooler?
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And Andrew's like, yeah. He's like, all right, game 3.
I mean, yeah, you gotta know that knowledge too, right? Because knowing that they have the tech is good,
Yeah.
right? It's knowledge for you to play around, knowing that they have ways to double strike, which they should know, and I think they know each other's deck list, but
Oh, that's exactly the thing, right? At this skill level, it's fun to have some banter with your opponent because you both know.
Yeah.
You're not at a spot anymore where you're trying to figure out or like you're trying to like psych each other out or in terms of like what you could be playing at this. It's like you know what your out is.
Yeah.
I know what my out is, and we can just both like, so, do you have it?
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, yeah, I kind of do. All right, cool. You know what? We're good here.
I mean, these guys have played, over a dozen high intensity matches this entire weekend. And so, yeah, they've a lot of commons. Your brain is in that gear, where you're, okay, this card goes there, and it's having those automatic conversions.
Yeah, if we had to pick the pressure point of the last game as far as like what helped it slip away from Jared, not seeing the turn 2 ramp was huge.
That was huge.
It's been his go-to play every single round, and of course because the turn 3 boo allows you to get up your advantage, gives you extra protection, allows you to mitigate the board. Whereas by the time he did get boo, Andrew was in a much better position to be able to deal with it, get rid of it, and then start chipping away.
Yeah, and Jared just didn't swarm the board like he did game 1, and that made a huge difference as well.
So now we're gonna see if a newly crafted hand will be able to get there. We start with a green charge.
And there's, believe it or not, some Android 16s in there. So
Yeah, go figure. All right,
And,
green blue charge, and there's the Kai,
Yep.
the hardest working card of game 2.
Yeah, I think that mitigated probably like 4 or 5 cards in hand.
Yeah, something like that.
Crazy.
Turned a couple of pluses into cantrips, can't complain.
Yeah.
All right, early swings, taking life. We're at parity, 7 life each.
Discarding the slug and using the effect to play the 1-drop slug.
Which isn't too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen what happens when you try and focus too much on that. Marquise committing too many cards to protecting the slug.
Yeah.
So this could just be a cantrip play.
But if you want to make, your 50-card deck a 45-card deck or smaller, it's really easy. Just ditching a card to get 2 cards out of your deck is really good.
Yeah, very effective. And all right, is the turn 2 ramp live? If he's tapping 2, it must be, right?
Yeah.
There it is.
Got the winner stamp.
Yeah.
He knows.
Snatch you up 16
Yeah.
here with the ramp.
Yeah, why would you not go full promos for this too? Especially, I'm guessing these winner stamp ones are going to go way up in price. After
I would
this, too.
imagine,
Yeah.
hey, I got my playset from when I dropped the ramp. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
His ability to want to awaken incredibly fast. He is brave.
Yeah.
Because I've played 16 a number of times, and at no point have I ever been brave as he is to commit to an early awaken like that.
I think it's like a counter. Like you trick yourself. Like, oh, the awaken side is so terrible with hand advantage, but it's definitely not. As long as you know the pieces you need and you have them in your hand already, you're fine. You can just awaken early and do that.
I just love my value, man. I'm addicted to value.
Yeah, I know.
Like you tell me you can draw a card, and like I tunnel vision so hard on being that extra card.
Yeah, that card draw is great, but a 10k combo for free is like 2 cards.
Yeah, but that's like the mentality of like a hand destruction player.
Jeez. This match cannot finish fast enough. 2 different countries to divide us after this.
Yeah, coming from the guys who come from the same country.
Yeah, hey. That's how we know it wouldn't work out.
We need a border to keep us apart.
Yeah, definitely. Andrew is in that think tank, using the ability to...
All right, we will get a slug out.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, or you could have rested the Kai.
Yeah, that is true.
That is an option. But I think here, Andrew, recognizing that, the boo's going to come down.
Yeah.
Like, sure, I might not do a ton to protect the slug, but at the very least, 1, it'll force Jared into combat, which means that I might be able to use abilities. And 2, at least I prevent a draw or 2.
Yeah. And so that slug is not in rest or have
Or
the
has
bond
bonds.
too, so drawing is totally fine right now.
All
We'll
right.
see if that changes.
Fair enough. Now you get to sit on board.
And honestly, I think part of the reason too is you do not want another, a non-leader attack target for your
Yeah.
leader.
All right, and here we go. Jared being very good at lining up that turn 2, turn 3 play of a ramp into the unison. Which means we're probably going to potentially see at this point an awaken. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He very much tends to line that up with when the boo comes in, because now he says, I have my draw engine. I should be okay to go from here.
Yeah, and Andrew did charge that cooler. I think he's thinking, this is he's going to have to be the defensive option for that. Ooh,
Yep,
gee.
there we go.
That
There's
is
the
a
power
good
switch
card. That is a good card. Ooh, and the poutine, which means he has
Ooh.
to bottom deck one, which he is.
Yep, yep.
But I think that is a calculated cost for that.
Yep, just saying, you know what, I don't like the fact that you're going to be aggressively doing this, so how about we slow that down a little bit? Knowing that Jared is probably lining up exactly this play right here.
Yeah. So a couple things. So that will be in rest mode, I believe, because of the poutine.
Yep.
But it does reset it in turn anyways.
Yep.
And with the leader swing, that 5K became a 15K, which is really, really nice for no cost just because of the free combo.
Yep. And that's a pass.
But that poutine is really obnoxious and is a good partner for that slug as well to have that bond to open.
Oh, yeah, for sure, because it's just going to sit there. I don't think Jared cares about it enough to try and commit a way to deal with it, but...
Yeah.
Yep, and the player's just indicating, oh yeah, let's not forget about the Kai trigger, but Andrew Dovale doing it swiftly upon play.
Charging that foil higher dragon.
Indicating that he has another in hand.
And that's like some of the mind games for this game too. Like, you obviously want to charge the card that you need only one of, and you have two in your hand. But it's so much so, like, whenever my opponent charges a counterplay trunks, I'm like, I'm in trouble.
Yep.
Like, there's
He has another one.
at least one, if not two in hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, geez. So yeah, it's really, really good. And I think having this unison set up for Jared as soon as he did to prevent plays and just be honestly a bully is really nice.
Yeah. Here's the block serving very nice to protect the Boo. More so because Boo's just a good threat.
Yeah.
It's good threat. It's good board management.
Yeah.
More so than I think the fact that that it'll draw him cards because the slug is kind of just coasting there at the moment.
Yeah, so he is playing another one of these Android 16s. He does get played in rest, or something does get chosen to be put in rest, right?
It doesn't have to be that one, but something does get chosen.
Yeah. Oh, he
You
does
can't
not,
add
yeah,
cards
yeah.
in hand. Yeah, that is correct.
It's like, oh,
Yep, it's not draw, it's add. Something
card's
that,
good.
Something that we like. The card's pretty good.
I should run more of these. It doesn't prevent the ramping, right? Oh, because it's a leader scope anyways.
Yeah, that's a scope.
I'd be like, oh, that'd be busted.
That would be
That's a
broken.
hard
That would
counter.
absolutely be broken.
Oh, but it looks like he's not using poutine. Because it's whenever a card's counterplayed or with skill, you just choose up to one and switch it to
Yeah,
rest.
if you're played by a skill or if there's a counter that's activated.
Mhm.
And it doesn't have to be the one that's played, it could be anything.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Saying, I don't like your Kai.
Or no. And since it is in rest mode too, you can use the turtles that he's been playing as well to pop it. But the higher dragon swinging in.
Hit the block instead. That's fair. But Andrew's still at 3 a lot that he can do.
Down to 4. Big think. Sorry, we said this earlier too. We're like, oh man, this card's good. This card's good. Like, what are the options? Andrew's got a whole bunch of them in hand. He's got the divorce. He's got the double strike. He's got unison if he wants it. He's got 2 of the blocker negates as well. Just a whole lot of juice in there.
Yeah, you guys know the trigonometry meme of that. We're just sitting here with all the calculations in head. I mean, I'm sure that's what the player's doing. And it's very enticing to get lost in.
It's not like we're not thinking. It's actually we're thinking too much.
Yeah. So here's a pretty solid basil. It will be able to get the swings in. And then, yep, you know what? I don't. How about we don't?
Yeah, that's fine.
Which is fair, because like Andrew has to commit cards to trying to deal with this Kai, and so far Jared just kind of used his board to be able to mitigate with it. So
Yeah, and the thing is that once again we do have these counterplay trunks in hand, and spending 1 energy to get a marker off that boo is a good trade in my mind. I think it's okay. But you do have to be careful of that. And, Jared also doesn't have sparking, so Dimension Magic's not online and everything else. Though I haven't seen a lot of Dimension Magic.
I really haven't.
Yeah.
Honestly, I need to refresh on his deck list because Lord knows I don't actually totally know about how many he's gotten there. Right, so accidentally putting a card in hand. So the way that's been ruled is that if we still know what card it is, it gets showed, and then we get a quick shuffle.
Yeah, definitely. Slug is powerful, but it's not used often, and I think it's definitely a trigger that you can keep forgetting.
It's also automatic,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like he starts his turn and he just draws the card.
Yeah, exactly. Right, like that's what. Yeah, drawing feels good, so you want to do it really.
Of course.
But yeah, that slug is super good because there's the 4-cost arrival android, which lets you play a android 21. But if you need to find one from deck to get to work, you can't do it. So swinging there into the higher dragon, it seems.
Yeah, 15k into a 10k, just kind of mitigate board. And there's the riposte.
Riza, which she does have the 2 in drop area to get that to be a 1-cost.
Yeah, the Kai procs. Andrew's got a bottom deck.
And he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have a bomb. That's right. Just like another automatic trigger. And I'm just
Yep.
like, oh yeah.
Yes,
Works.
sir. All right, this time the boo gain swing, going on the slug, makes sense.
And what's he resting?
Unison swing.
Oh, unison swing. That's right. That's right.
All right, and here comes a fastball 16. What? It looks like he's throwing a fastball.
It sure does. You get it. However, I don't know about that one. So, I don't think Andrew has any super comps on hand. Otherwise, that'd be a pretty safe save for it. Oh, but using the potential final flash.
Yep, yep.
Oh,
what?
shit. Does it just negate a card, or just,
It negates the skills. It's a blank. It's a
okay.
blank card. Interesting. Yeah, well, that's not his favorite play. He did say it was his favorite. His favorite androids are the ones that cost 5 because they allowed him as the monster.
Mm-hmm. And did he rest something for that swing?
Yep, it was the android that's right under it.
I see. The one that untaps, right?
Yeah. And this is where we've definitely seen Jared be able to grind out the games, the incidental hand distraction, but Andrew Dovale is ever so ready with all these cards that are going to be able to cycle. There's a Deborah, so very much ready for the hand destruction that Jared's going to try and push.
Yeah, and that Kai was turned off, so, I mean, he doesn't even have to do the bottom deck with that either.
Yep.
You want to do another one? Oh, he's doing it.
Oh. Well, we're gonna. I was about to say we're gonna see Deborah, but no, we're not. You need to pay an energy for Deborah, but might see another Goku. Yep.
Yeah.
Or Gohan.
And blocks it as well.
Pretty good, pretty good. But it's an incidental board, right? It's nothing that's currently threatening Jared, but Andrew putting himself in a great position to just deal with it. And hey, Andrew loves his big hands, and he's definitely using all the tech to make sure it stays big.
Yeah, for sure. So end of turn, start of turn, procs. We do get the Majin Buu untap. We get the untap 1, but that is not a healthy Majin Buu either.
No, this is probably not long for this world. As far as this Majin Buu is concerned, I think this might be the last turn that we see it. He might get a block off, and it might be able to get a marker off, and that'll be it.
All right, so swinging into the unison with the slug.
Yep. Both players here playing methodically because this is game 3.
Yeah, it is.
This are all the marbles.
And so there's some interesting things you can do too. So you can put the Sensu Bean on the Buu. Also, if you want to have that extra 5k.
Would be more healthy.
Not a bunch of, but it does lose the boost after it loses the marker too.
Yep.
And you really want them to commit to at least get those markers off of the Frieza.
Yep. So here we have a block from Fastball 16. It's gonna be a thing, I'm telling you. Providing an opportunity to be able to bring something else out on board.
And comboing there to keep it alive, and also get the other one
Woo!
playing catch with himself.
Yep. Both of them have the ball, not too sure what to do with it.
Yeah. And using Poutine to rest the 1-drop. So
Pretty good. I mean, especially like because I think the Gohans contested. Yep, they're both at 4K. So at least he's gonna get double usage out of those Gohans.
this is definitely, obviously the slug makes it hard, but if you do get that Android 21 villainous, that's a huge board wipe, especially if he does it right after he does all the cycling with it.
Yep.
That would be very impactful.
A tech that Jared could have brought in also, he does side in the Android 17s and 18s.
Yeah.
So those could be a massive
Get the
play
Eggman
for him
dice,
if he
get
gets
the
there.
Eggman dice. All right. Gets the untap.
Yep.
Oh boy. Yeah. Double bean.
Pretty gross.
They're good cards.
But a bean's pretty sacred here for him.
Yeah.
Right? Like a bean represents so much value, so
Yeah.
it just depends on what he's doing with it. 3 Deborahs in Andrew's hand. Yeah, the hand destruction's not gonna be the way to
Yeah,
get
it
here.
is not.
No, this is definitely gonna be a game grinded out by board presence.
For sure. And I mean, that's, I think, another weakness of Jared, because he just gains a lot of value through the plays he makes.
All right, let's go. Fadeaway 16 coming in.
All right.
But he needs to add a card to hand, right? So
No, he can't. He can't.
yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, he can use the one in hand. That's
Yeah, yeah.
fine. But it will cost him an extra card as
Yeah.
opposed to searching.
Yeah. Ugh, if he would have done that before he swung with the slug, because it needs to be in rest mode too.
Yeah.
Does get the ramp as well.
Yep, because the card's not being added to hand, is being added to energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate, it costs him a card, but I don't think it's detrimental.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, unless he was going like to line up for the burn play, burn, pop a card. But I think it's still okay here.
For sure.
But this slug putting in good work for Andrew.
Yeah, he's definitely making like an Android 16 collage on his board. Like, there's just so many of those boys.
Yeah. Okay, anyways.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, and then there's just cards on top of cards. Just
Yep. This is a board. This is a
Yeah.
board. Those Amasis are going to feel really bad starting next turn. Because they represent an extra 2 cards for Andrew.
yeah. And some of these Android 16s do have the revive, and I don't think the revive part's a limit one. It's just the active battle effect on it. Oh yeah, he does get the revive to get the restand there. It's just, I don't know. Oh, there's a Whis.
Yeah, get that cantrip, preventing some untapped shenanigans.
There's just, I don't know. Maybe we're missing it. Maybe I'm not seeing the card, but Andrew just has like a lot of value cards, but nothing with actual like oomph.
Yeah, and I don't think that's what he's going for. I think he's literally just going that I'm going to out advantage you and
Yep.
I'm going to get there. I mean, it works for him in game 2.
Yep, for sure.
So, I mean, and that's the thing with Icarus, right? Like, it has very little bombs. It's definitely just going to be, I'm going to be the best hand advantage deck, and I'm going to be the best board presence deck.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
when it comes to players that play this methodical, advantage-based gameplay that Dragon Ball presents itself for, like, it's super good.
Yep, for sure. Ooh, another one of those.
Yep. Cross arm going. And I think the only reason he's still charging is because he's setting up that 117 and 18.
Yeah, I mean, they're still playable, right? From energy,
Yep.
right? Because you do get that combo from, or, you do still get the arrival from energy and everything.
Yep.
So swinging with there, playing the Deborah,
There's the Deborah.
drawing 2, baby, for 1.
Yeah. So if Jared can find the 117 and 18 and survive to next turn, I think at that point it'd be a huge boon for him. So it depends on what he sees.
Yeah.
But I mean, this energy representing a second hand. I mean, he's just going to be able to keep on playing these androids. He has a couple of arrivals still left. But yeah, I mean.
And he's just seeing how many. Yes, because that's the first one from
Yep.
energy. Yep.
And little does Jared knows if he swings with Zamasu, there's going to be another one.
Yeah. I think he gets the picture already, though.
It looks like he might arrival another, so.
Yeah.
Hey, how about you drop another one?
Yeah, another one.
And all right, I mean, I have a choice in mind.
But once again, like it's not like these are completely free either, because you do have to pay the energy.
You
for,
do,
right?
you
So
do.
going down to just one energy open is
Yeah.
pretty good.
So here, opting to not actually go for the Demigod this time and just pitching the Whis, which is fair. Whis is just a cantrip, so it's not like it's representing like gaining a card.
And I think he's swinging into that slug, if I'm not mistaken, because he can, once that slug's gone, he can use the 4 arrival to get potentially that Ender 21 to potentially clear all of this board.
This is true. This is maybe what he was trying to line up.
And you definitely don't want your card draw at the bottom of your deck because it just cycles you out when you use it.
All right, players mathing it out. Andrew has such a healthy hand.
It's so healthy. And another Mecha Frieza in there too, and just everything. Let's keep it alive though.
All right, final combo is the Turles to end that combat, and we're swinging with Zamasu, and oh, okay, this time just a pen to close it out. We're done with battle card swings. Still the leader, still have Boo,
Yeah.
still it's stuff, but and there's another one.
Not worried about it, yeah.
Step aside, Evan. Deborah's my best friend.
Yeah, if you have 3 more energy, play this card. Your opponent can attack with battle cards. For the turn, you can activate counter skills on this copy for the game. And with all of this mess on the board, there's it is free twice. Like you can play all of them. Even if it was just like one, you remove 1 energy cost. For every card,
It
you
would
can still-
easily
yeah,
fulfill that cost.
yeah, for sure.
Almost 2 times over.
Yeah. Now it does not stop the attack, right?
No, it is not a. It is a counter, but does not negate.
Yes. But he is, I think, coming off those Deborahs. Ooh.
Oh, this was a swing at
Oh, that
life.
life. Okay.
Well, that
Interesting.
doesn't prevent. I mean, he still got the riposte.
Yeah.
So like, it's not over. But
And, I mean, if he does play the counter with blocker, you do have a counter, and you have a blocker for this last leader swing going in.
Yep.
And he's just like, man, is there anything that could remove this blocker if I end up paying the cost for it?
I think Andrew here asking how much combo he's got available, maybe on board. Huh.
But also, you could just play another unison too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would, but you could.
There you could get an untap.
2 untaps next turn. All right.
All right. So okay. So no combo.
No
Just
combos.
just forcing a super combo
Oh,
out of
man,
Andrew's
that could have
hand.
been it, though. Can you imagine? Just
I mean, Andrew has a massive hand. Like you have to really feel a certain type of way to tell yourself that you're gonna beat a hand of that size.
yeah, and just swing into that.
Clear out
yeah.
5K combo.
Yeah, and also, Jared does have 5 life still too. Now, one of these androids are probably going to be stolen by the hand as well.
I would imagine most likely a dual attacker.
But once again, if at any time I think if Andrew instead doesn't swing with slug first, there could be a 21 from deck to
And
get
have a
that.
clean
That
board
would be
wipe.
Huge, being able to pop the pan before you use the effect, being able to take a life from there too. Huge.
And that's the thing, right? Like Andrew's board is like scary while not being scary. Like it's just a bunch of 15Ks.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it's also a bunch of 15Ks. So like,
Right.
kind of knowing
This pops 1,
one.
2 cards.
No, just one. They're all too big.
It could be a 2 and a 4. It could be.
Oh, there's the 2 right there.
But he's using the counterplay, putting it back in hand. I think Jared's just decided, you know what? There's just been too many cards that I think there's not a lot of big bombs left in deck that I have to be worried about.
Right. Which is fair.
Yep. Which is fair.
I mean, you can return that guy back to the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might as well. All right, go get the combo. Probably a rival something here. I mean, at this point, he's all out, right? So, cross arm 16 here coming down, and I don't think we're gonna see another Demigra unless I'm wrong. Oh well, Gohan is kind of the same thing almost.
Yeah. It's interesting that he decided to once again, if he let that Android 2016 swing go, Slug's not in rest mode, so you can play stuff
That
in your
is
deck.
true. That
You
is
do
true.
get that if you did have the big boy. I think is that one. It is 7 cost.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew doing his best freeze frame. Like, oh, we're almost done with the stream. We promise.
Man, Andrew's got it all.
Mm-hmm.
He's seen 3 Deborahs. I think he's seen all 4 Gohans.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely nasty board.
Yeah, lots of cards in hand too.
Yes, sir. Like Jared's board's really gross too, right? Like
Yeah,
it's a bunch of like 20k dual attackers, 15k. Like
Mhm.
it's
And I think honestly, he was really worried about that Boo losing the markers to not even play the trunks anyways. So why not just do the counterplay on the mass and
yep. All right, so Andrew here paying 2.
probably playing a Turtles. Yeah, maybe. Okay.
And opting not to. Yeah, in the tank.
Yeah.
This we are in such a grind fest here.
It is
and
so grindy.
And at any points, if I think it's like a 1-2 mistake type of thing, where
Yeah.
like now we're at a point where if any of them slip, it's gonna give an opening to either deck to be able to close it out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And here, the Duvall just feeling the sweat. Like 2 life to 5 is not comfortable.
Nope. Especially when Jared has a card that says you lose life.
Yep.
Which super rare in this game.
And Senzu Bean's a good card.
Mhm.
So all these 15k swings really don't mean much without starting to cost at Andrew's hand.
Mhm.
Which he has a sizable hand, don't get me wrong, but slowly chipping away at it is something that Jared's going to be able to do now. He still has the Tsuzamasu on board. He has the 7 drop that also rips out a hand.
So did he swing with the slug and not use the block for revenge for it? I think that would have been huge for him. Because it does get around barrier.
Maybe it chooses.
No, it doesn't. At least, okay. When barrier first came out, it did not choose.
Okay.
It could have been updated. But
I agree. Then at that point,
I
you
don't
use the
think it
revenge
chooses,
blocker
yeah.
then, for sure.
he just looks like he has the pass.
It is a scary board.
Oh, charges.
Like Andrew's board is scary in terms of like poking.
Mm-hmm.
Jared's board's scary in the terms of being scary.
Mm-hmm. And just imagine if you had a Kai secret rare instead.
There's the riposte, man. Never don't have it.
But it is a 2 cost because he doesn't have those extra cards in the drop anymore. He
That is
only has
true.
the one that is there
That is true. Can't God Seal. Well, you could God Seal. 5.
for 5. Yes.
I don't know if it's worth it, but you could do it.
I probably do it.
I don't know. I mean, like, here's the thing. You're tapping 5, whereas you can just use those 5 energies to attack 5 times.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and it doesn't prevent, like, instant swing, leader swing, so.
Yeah. And
What is this hand?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
Now, where do you think he's swinging? Leader?
I think you have to.
Yeah.
You have to make you have to start making Andrew sweat a bit.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. I don't think Jared's going to be too afraid to, one, rest energy to do some of these swings to finish the game, but looks like it's just a 20.
And Jared is at 8 now, so if he ends up drawing into Android 17 and 18, that's a board wipe, as well as an attacker that can selectively take out whatever he wants from Andrew's hand twice. So you could just like swing into the leader and like not only threaten lethal, but at the same time just take out the best things that Andrew was looking to do. So I don't know if he's drawn into it. I'm going to lean in with no, but
Man, this would be a whole different game if there's an Android 21 in that energy, too.
I just realized, does Jared have a hand?
No hand. Wait, he does. Look, he's sprayed out all the
I
way.
mean, true. It's nicely laid out right in front of him.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and he can use that to rest the dual attack. So it doesn't have to be the card you play.
That is true.
That is a strong move.
All right, and here comes the arrival of a fastball 16.
Oof, man, imagine if that Boo was in hand instead.
Right?
Oh,
Here's the 7, but it's not going to be able to... So you're not going to get the search.
nope.
But he is another Zamasu.
Yeah. Oh, but
Oh,
that does
rest
get the
mode.
rest.
This is super scary.
Yeah.
Super combo draw for Andrew. That hand size is going to stay big.
So why is he searching?
Good question. They forgot about Slug.
It looks like you can front with him.
I mean, he's allowed to look through his deck.
Oh, that's true.
He can
That
look.
is true.
He can
Yeah,
look through his
100%,
deck.
100%.
You know, knowing what's in life is very important. So,
Yeah,
where's my SCR?
that's true too. If he know the knowledge of Hatch being in there.
Hey, at that point, it's
very big,
a
too.
4 and 5 of him actually being able to draw into it before he dies. Drawing into another fun flash, I think. Or maybe reinforcement. Yeah, another fun flash.
And once again, even though some of these swings are really free because you get the untap for some of these Android 16s at the end turn anyways.
Yep.
So you still can put that pressure on.
All right.
Takes the block there.
That's such a good card. Goku having block is on top of already being like a cold bloodlust. So incredibly good.
Yeah, it's so good.
It draws you a card too, doesn't it?
Yeah. Now I will say I don't think there's any arrival cards in Jared's energy anymore.
Let's see. Has he energy amp? Nope, he does not. That's it. That's his board is his board. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a board.
He's got 4 blockers, 5 with I think the Android 21's a blocker as well, right?
Yeah, and then the 10k combo.
Yeah.
So like, there's stuff.
Yeah.
A Fu would feel really bad here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Fu right now. Done.
I don't know if I've ever witnessed a player being so okay with having no hand.
Yeah. Needs hand warmers. Just a fidget spinner.
Yeah, of course. Holding cards is heavy.
Oh, he's looking at cards in deck too. Looks like there's only about 8 or 9.
No, he has cycled a ton, right? He used
A
3
ton,
Deborahs. He used, I think, all 4 Gohans. So he does have to be careful.
Yes. Oh my, and obviously yellow has so many ways to rest those cards as well. And alternatively too, if he gets any blue or green cards in his life, that does just mean you pop your dude, you get a restand with the revive, and just another blocker for free.
Yes, sir.
And we do see the power of the Super Saiyan in there too. Yeah, it looks like he's going to use it for probably the big boy.
Yeah, gets rid of a blocker and it's a cycle.
Not the block revenge one. I guess he's just planning on getting rid of that another way. Once again, the final flash can be another way to get rid of that.
All right, so Jared seeing his first card in hand. It is a God Seal, though, not that much usage. He's going to see from there. There we go, getting rid of another one.
Yeah.
And here we see just Andrew totally just taking advantage of the position Jared's in now and mitigating his board.
Now, is there a cooler in Dovale's hand?
I haven't seen one.
No. There's one in energy. I do not see one.
And there's the Unison, though.
And so Jared knows if there is a secret rare in his life or not.
He does.
Yeah.
Assumedly, he does know. He did go through his deck. There's the 5k combo, just protect from the hit. You can block or be forced to take this one.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you decide which you let through and which you don't?
It's a roll of dice in my head, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, there isn't a. But he already used his free combo.
Yeah. But it is a way to revive as well.
That's true.
Nobody's not using it.
Just letting it die. Value in the 10k combo. He can't go to 2.
Yeah.
Double strike is almost inevitable. Going to 2 is going to cost him the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the revival. So now.
And doing that to me makes think that he doesn't have the hatch because you need a card to discard with it too.
Yeah, you do. So effectively, Jared here being out like 2 life. Not he could be at 3.
And he rests it. Oh my goodness.
And that's
That is very strong.
I mean, you never know. There could be some kind of god top deck, but this is effectively going to be Jared's last life. Double strike in hand. The Kai is there to be able to close it out. Super combo is not bad, but is not going to be able to close out.
No.
We see here Andrew Duvall swing. We do have the last block with the 21, and here we have the dual attacking with the Unison swinging over into Jared. Super combo with the double strike.
Wait a minute.
And Andrew Duvall is your North American champion.
Wait,